Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining me today. It is I, the Man Green, with the Man Green is Gaming on YouTube and Man Green Gaming on Facebook. We are now continuing on with Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. I almost said Stormblood. Shadowbringers is what we're playing today. We had just fought off a wave of Sin Eaters, and Valtteri decided to come over and brag about how he's kith and kin with the Sin Eaters. And this is our fault that we were fighting against them, that we got the retribution from the Senators. Lena, unfortunately, was injured in battle, along with a numerous amount of our men from the Crystarium. But we will continue on and mourn the people that lost, as we continue on with the story with Commander Lena here. Lena is gazing solemnly upward, and it is not difficult to guess what occupies her mind. Valtteri's ship is already gone. How flattering that he came all this way just to give his little speech. I apologize for my earlier outburst. Rest assured that I have no intention of allowing any of my wounds to affect the performance of my duties, especially not now. If I may, can I ask you to seek out Thancred and Malfina for me? They endangered themselves on my behalf, and I feel better knowing that they were well looked after. Thancred in particular sustained quite an injury from that Sin Eater. I would not be surprised if he's in Spartacus right now. Please, give them my thanks. Where is Thancred? That's Fort Job. Where the hell are we? Oh. Have to go back to the Crystarium? Forgive me, I've been fighting a cold. I'm gonna cough in the mic here. He's just over here. I will go over here. Thancred. How you doing, sir? You're here for me? I'm sorry to put you to the trouble. I'm fine, really. Eater landed an unfortunate solid blow, but the healers have done their wonders. I'm more worried about Malfina. She is not taking it well. Could I ask you to speak with her? My attempts to reach out seem to have been had the opposite effect. She has gone off to the auditorium. I was going to like to fetch some Beresford. I chose mine. But just talk to her, will you? Okay. That's the Hunter's Legacy. Where is she? Oh, she's over there. Bird. Nope, just 1 point. Okay. Traffic of curiosity. Malfina, what are you doing there? Athena appears to be lost in thought. Perhaps a general poke will get her attention. Just almost poke. Eep! Oh, Devin, what are you doing here? Tankard? It's my fault, you know. I jumped in a chance to help Lita. I was careless, and now it's my fault. You can make it up. You can make it up. Make up for it by being there for him, and you'll be away wanting to get those herbs for those healers. There we go. I'll use that one. Are you sure? I brought him nothing but trouble this far. But what if it's worse next time? All I do is make mistakes, put others in danger. No, you don't. I'm sure that he'll resent me for being this weak. Maybe he already does. But if you're right, I can still help. If only by seeing those herbs safely to chest of mine. There are two left on the list, but I need to ask about this one. I have looked high and low and can't seem to find it anywhere. Would you mind collecting the other? I hate to delay any longer than I already have. You're looking for something with soft leaves that are very fragrant in an unmistakable medical way. I was told only need 2 springs or so of it. Once you've got them, you can bring them directly to Chesapeake. Whoever gets there first can explain the other will be back shortly. Thank you. I appreciate the help. Okay. Oh. Did I get it? Oh, I got one. There's 2. Okay. Just me there, here we go. Oh, I think you told me you would be bringing the rest. Yep. Marvelous. With this, I can replenish our stores of medicine. We're struggling to keep up with the number of wounded that's been brought in. I wasn't on the field, but it doesn't matter. The patient's faces make it plain that there was a horrible battle. And we're still fighting. And we're still fighting yet. I suppose that would bear medicine rather than sharp steel. But we'll win. I promise you that. Cool. It seems that I owe you an apology for dragging you yet into another battlefield when you just come off the front lines. In both cases, I'm sure your efforts saved more than a few. With the Spartacus, a good working order, Christerian people will be well cared for. Moral ahead, of course. The battle's only you can fight. Not that we intend to let you do it alone, but in the matter of discussing with the Exarch. You know the Exarch? We do. Was there something you needed? I need you to tell him something for me. Or I need you to tell him something for me. My dearest friend, you see, he was there on the battlefield with me. But the only one of us is here to speak of it. At the end, before the wound killed him, I heard his dying words. I never knew our world was this beautiful, he told me. I'm so glad I got to see the night sky. I don't know how the Exarch feels about what happened out there, but I don't know if what Valtteri said is true. If our losses were just deserts and we were doomed ourselves to worse by continuing to fight this fight. But I believe in the Warrior of Darkness and the Crystal Exarch. I don't think what they have done is wrong, and I don't think we're wrong to fight with them either. My friend, he smiled at the end, just as he smiled when he raised his glass to the celebration return of the night. That's how I want to remember him. So I want you to tell the Exarch, don't give up, don't give in, please. We will tell him, you have my word. Cool. Alright, folks. Let's continue on, shall we? What do we got there? 409. Oh, we're going up. The best way out. Thancred seems keen to quit the infirmary. If you're ready, why not go ahead to the Outkiller? We'll keep the Exarch company while I pitch Alpha Mode. Don't worry, I mean to borrow the swiftest armor that I can find. But we shouldn't keep you long. Be sure to pass on the message, eh? Assist. Do you have business with the Crystal Exarch? Just say the word, and I'll be happy to escort you to the Outkiller. Yes, we do. Exarch. Welcome, my friend. Tales of your heroism on the battlefield precede you. Though I confess I find them more gladdening than surprising. I hear no few of our people have to thank you for plucking them from the jaws of our death. Would that you had no need to save them to begin with, but responsibility for that lies with me. Come on, dear, don't beat yourself up. Whenever a soldier said that, thank you. Rest assured that I am fully intend to continue our work. I will not shirk what must be done, not at least of all. Though I mourn the loss, I will not lose myself to grief. And even should regret by being my constant companion, I will follow the path I have chosen to its end. We have some time before the others arrive if you'd like to talk. And if I were to confess any doubts I might harbor, no one need ever know. No, I believe I have enough burdens without my adding to them. I believe you have enough burdens without my adding to them. Nevertheless, thank you.
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
Why were we notified?
As I was saying, it was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished. If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Vorthri may call it divine retribution, but Sin Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a Light Warden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
What's it?
That these minions of light answer to a higher power. He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthri.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
Goddamn right he is.
I take it your meeting in Yulmore did not end well.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects. There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose, but it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Light Warden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Armorang?
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Armorang. From what the Maud told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser Sin Eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a Sin Eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison. To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Menphilia.
Oh, come on now.
If we travel to Armorang, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Don't.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do. I know why you never said anything. because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation, but it all makes sense now. The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be?
Ooh, burn.
Love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Armorang we go.
I'll meet you at the gates.
I'm sorry to be so insistent, but I know this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. All right. Sorry for the wait. I'm ready now. You sure you want to do this? Completely sure? Or there has to be another way? Do that one. Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure I don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger. Strong enough to face my destiny. And I want to believe I can play a part in saving this world. I hope you can find it in yourself to believe it too. I do, I just... When you put it that way, how could we not? It is your decision to make. Please be sure that you are prepared when the time comes. Excuse me. If all are assembled, we shall depart. We will follow your lead. What route would you have us take? About that, there is something I neglected to mention. I saw an Amorian airship come in and land over Almarang while I was on the way back to Crystarium. No doubt the same vessel to board Valtry's forces to Britika. Meaning we can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region. Right, now with Rang lies to the southern region of Almarang, and there are two routes we can take to get there. First is the eastern route, which leads us past Morgsuk. Pardon me. The other is a western route, which would require us to pass through the hills of Ember. Alfina and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, well, that's more well-trodden. It also makes it easier traversal for the Nabarian servants. But we can't use it. If we did, we needed to cross the Severance from the point nearby the end of the journey's head. Pardon me. If the Amorans caught wind of our approach, it would be very well bring them into contact with the inn and its patients, and we can be sure that their activities would not meet with Valtry's approval. It will make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safer to take the western route. It brings me to my proposition. While you make for the hills of Ember in the west, I will draw the Amorans' attention elsewhere to the area in the east that I know to be uninhabited. That way, you can have a chance of reaching Namath unopposed and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny this is a sound plan, nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make the task at least somewhat easier, will they not? I will accompany you as well. It will afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. What? And if I go with the others, I am likely to say something thankfully we will regret. Well then, I will leave the work of distracting Valtry's forces to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think the best we follow the road from the bridges, we move faster with a solid path underneath our feet. We will borrow a few armor for our own journey, but what might leave the rest to you, though. Thank you. I will try not to disappoint. No preference. Where am I going? Nobody knows. Plus, I need to finish up later on. They don't have all the air currents. Where the hell am I going? Oh, no. Where the hell am I going? Oh, down there. Oh, another fly. I'll tell you that much. Oh, wait. Oh. pardon me. There you are. The gate leading to Amarang is just up ahead. And all the time I've been here, I've ventured into the hills. I've never ventured into the hills of Amber. Not that I'm particularly intimate by the new lands at that point, but we have more than enough reasons to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Alfina for me, will you? Would you? Oh, 1 second, boys and girls. Got a phone call from my mother, sorry about that. Oh, so soon, Master Swift Runner, where we barely had time to recover from battle. You're certain? I'm hardly in position to question you.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garrick lie the hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
Go down here and talk to Malfina to complete our quest. Wrong way, girl. This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who could say what lies ahead? There you go. But whatever else this road may be, it's mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of time I spend upon it for granted. Alright, and with that we are complete. Continue on next time with the quest free trade that Deckwood had for us. Until then, I appreciate you. Thank you for your patronage, ladies and gentlemen. May you always walk in the light of the crystal, and I'll see you online.